Hello guys, in this lecture we are going to implement the Python scripts and let's begin by writing the first line of code in Python, a kind of a welcome script you can say. So as you can see, I have already typed Python hello world. Okay, so Python, sorry, not Python, print hello world. Print is a function. So remember one thing, whenever we use function in Python script, we first define the function name and at the end we open the bracket and as well as close the bracket as well. And between this bracket we pass parameters. So here in the first line we have used the hello world and inside that we have passed quotation hello world. It is nothing but the parameter and the function what the print function will do is nothing but print hello world as an output in the console. What is console? We will see once we are executing this file. Okay, so let's execute the file. As you can see over here, there is a run button or you can say play button given by the PyCharm, and when we hover on this button we will see a shortcut key as it is showing shift F10. So please check what is your shortcut key because my PyCharm is a bit older version. It might change or it might be same. Please use the same shortcut key because we will be seeing the output in the console many times. So remember the shortcut key and please use it. So let's execute. We can either execute by clicking this button or by using a shift F10. Once again I am showing you. Once we have run the Python file, you will see hello world in the console. The part below the editor which you can see is a console where we can see our output. Here we can see whether the Python is working in a very, in the desired manner which we are willing to see, or you can use it for look whether we are getting the desired output by any Python script. So let's begin with learning few of the errors related to functions, or you can say this print functions. Okay, so let's say here I have in the fourth line I have commented. Okay, here I have commented in the third line print hello world. Okay, so as soon as I have removed the hashtag in front of which was in front of this print function, you will notice there is a underline in red color. So what does it indicate? It indicates that boss, something is missing in this Python in this line of code, or it might be kind of error. So let's see what kind of error it is. As you can see, I have mentioned in the below syntax error, unterminated string illiteral. So what is string? String is nothing but the parameters that I passed. String is a data type in Python. We will learn in depth about this. So let's run this and see. Similar kind of error will be shown in the console. So as you can see, the output shows us a warning in red color, or you can say error in a red font, which says, bro, there is a file name day1.py which is located in somewhere in the mentioned destination. In that file's third line there is an error I have found which is double quotation. Okay, so here I have used single quotation and here I have used a double quotation. Both represent string, and at the line as the last line it says unterminated string in literal. So basically it means you have not closed the string with double quotation. Now you can see there is no error in this code. So as of now I am keeping it is in a wrong way which Python will consider error and commenting out. Okay, you can see I have used a hashtag hashtag at the beginning of this second line, third line and fourth line. What does it represent? So what is happening over here is when Python runs a file, when we execute a file, Python look at each and every line of code. Okay, so here it is Python. So sorry, here it is print. So Python will see, yes, it is print. We have to perform some tasks to show an output to the user, and it will perform. But when he sees, when Python sees whether the hashtag is there or not, if it found any hashtag is there, that it will ignore this entire line of code. So line number 2, line number 3, and line number 4 will be ignored by Python, and no output, no error in that line will be thrown in console. So let's check print function with no closing bracket. So what kind of error will be shown? Okay, so similarly, I will not run this file. You check by your own. Similar kind of output will be thrown. Only the thing is, this time instead of line number 3, you will get line number 4, and it will say something like, you never close this bracket. So this bracket. Okay, so we need to close that bracket, and now if we run, there will be no error. Again, please execute this command side by side while you're going through this video. As of now, I am commenting out for your future reference. So the main topic for this lecture is variable and value. Make sure whenever you find the keyword topic in this particular manner, avoid removing the hashtag as present over here from that line of code, else it will throw a error. Okay, so I am using comment as a note for the purpose of writing notes, and topic and subtopic. Okay, so let's begin with the variable part. So what is variable? If you remember, in Excel, there are various names given to cell. Let's say A1, A2, B1, B2, B3, C6, C7. Okay, so they are nothing but the variable which program interpret. We are considering it as an address of a cell, but actually it is, in a programmatic language, we call it as a variable. Okay, so in Python, we need to define such variable by our own. For example, where 1 is equal to, let's say, finance. Okay, as you remember, sometimes we type text in a Excel cell. Similarly, I am typing over here finance, which means, let's say, A2, in A2 cell I have typed finance. So in the line number 8, you can see I have defined a variable, and in that I have stored a finance. Okay, so this line of code has three part. One is variable, where 1, second is equal to, and third one is data. Okay, here the data type of data is character. In Python we call it as a string. So what is defining variable? Defining variable is nothing but, as you can see on the right hand side, the left hand side, we have defined var 1. Okay, we have defined the variable. We used equal to assign values to that variable, and what values we have assigned, it is finance. This is simple. Just remember, defining a variable is nothing but naming a variable, as I have used here var 1. Assigning variables means using equal to assign value for the variable. Here finance. Okay, let's say in practical world, when we will be working on a project, we would you think like we will be using this kind of variables, var 1, var 2, var 3, in a manner we have to use like a2, a3, a4? No, in Python we can use a custom made variables. Even in Excel it is possible, but I guess it is a bit easier in Python. So let's say interest rate, for storing an interest rate in a variable. Let's say I have an interest rate of 10%. How can I store it in a variable? Simply, interest rate is equal to 10%. Okay, make sure avoid using percentile sign. Instead of using percentile sign, you can use, let's say for in line number 9 I have used interest rate. You can I am again repeating this same line of code. The purpose will be same, only the variable name will be different. Okay, I am here I am using IR is equal to 0.1. Instead of percentage I am using 0.1. So make sure avoid using equal to sign. And what is the purpose of so specifically so specified name we are using in a variable? Let's say you're working with a multiple people, and let's say here I am typing a where to, which makes no sense. What kind of value we are storing in this variable? Let's say something random number. Okay, let's say you're working with a with your colleagues, and one of our colleagues working in the same file, and he came to the line number 11 and saw you are using where to. But what this data interpret, what number is this? Does it make sense? Is it a phone number, it is a bank account detail, or it is something else? Okay, so to make this meaningful, we will be naming in a way that it is easy to understand. For example, let's say this is revenue. Okay, so now if the same colleague comes and see, yes bros, something is stored over here, some company's revenue has been stored. So make sure to use meaningful words while naming your variable. Now let's move on towards wrong way to define variables or avoid something when defining variables. Okay, I am giving the topic name over here, wrong way to define variable. You should avoid the following codes while you are working on projects. Let's say we are referring to a revenue in year 2023. So do you think we should write this way? 2023 revenue is equal to something 100, let's say. As you can see, line number 14, in line number 14 to the right hand side corner over here, you will find a red color underscore or a minus sign. It indicates that there is something wrong, programmatic error is there in this line of code. Also in the top right corner, you will see a red color circle with exclamation symbol that indicates something is mistaken by the developer, or Python is finding it as an error. Okay, if we run this code, it will throw an error which says invalid decimal in literal. So basically what Python has did over here, he has gone through these lines of code and came here and saw, bro, there is number. So either at the till the end of this number, either it will be a decimal or it will be a normal number which is called as integer. Okay, so he will look for 2, he will look for 0, he will look for 2, he will look for 3, but suddenly he will find that there is an characters without any string, or you can say random characters. So he will get confused whether it is a number or not. So here it is considering a decimal number. You have mistakenly used this revenue, so it is indicating you have wrongly defined your decimal number. So this is the error will be thrown here. So the note is avoid using number at the start of variable. Okay, so as of now I am commenting this. Okay, when you will get this file, just remember to check this again. Just remove the hashtag which is present at most first character. The hashtag which is present in the first position of that line, to experiment with this line of code, you should remember that only. Please do not remove this hashtag, or here over this kind of hashtag, because it will consider, Python will consider that entire line is code. if you remove this hashtag. Okay, so make sure you should remember only the hashtag present in the first position of any random line. Again, avoid removing hashtag in the line where it is mentioned topic. So there are some other way. Let's say you are saying previous year revenue. When we are typing it in words, what we do, previous space year space revenue. Do you think same thing will work in Python? The answer is no. So let's start. First, PRV, let's say representative of previous year space revenue is equal to any random number. Okay, so you can see again here the error is shown by the red color underline. Over here on the right hand side corner you will find a red color error symbol and also a red color negative line at the end. When you will click, let's say I am over here, when you will click on this red color symbol, you will jump to the line where you have made some error. Okay, if we run this program, what will happen? So as you can see, invalid syntax. Okay, so what is the correct way of defining this kind of phrase in as a variable in Python? I will discuss in the next topic. Let's try to use some special characters. So I have typed two lines of code. As of now, I am commenting the 18th line code, and let's check what is the issue. Again, here there is a error symbol is shown. So the error says invalid syntax. We cannot use special character as a first character of any variable. Let's see what happened when I run the 18th line. Again, it is saying the same error. Same error is been thrown by the Python in the console. So I will say, by looking at the line number 17 and line number 18, avoid using special characters in variable. We can use only one special characters in variable, that is underscore. Okay, so let's begin with the right way to define variable. So the right way to define a variable, we can define a variable by using every character in lower cases, like interest rate is equal to 10%, or we can use the phrase like as in a wrong way of defining a variable. I told you that we cannot use space. So instead of space, we can use underscore. So PRV underscore YEAR underscore revenue is equal to any random number. Can we use numbers in the middle of the variable or at the end of the variable? The answer is yes. Let's say year, sorry, revenue for 2023 is equal to any random number. Okay, so we can use numbers in between, like let's say revenue underscore 2023 underscore year. In that way also we can use, and we can use the numbers by placing the position of the numerical character at the end of the variable. Okay, okay, let me give you the example where how we can use the number in between revenue underscore 2023 underscore year. This is a good practice. Okay, so we have gone through how we can use lowercase, how in a by while defining variables, with how to represent space in a phrase in a variable. Underscore can be used as a space. in variable. Okay, so previous space year space revenue, instead of space we are putting over here underscore. And again, let's say where what can be the position of underscore in a variable. Underscore, okay, cash underscore flow, let's say any random variable. So it indicates that underscore can be in the first position as well. Is it possible to keep the underscore in the last position? Yes, it is possible. So here are the few right ways to define a variable. And also make sure, please avoid using space and special character. I will repeat this because as a beginner I have faced some same issues while defining variables. Okay, so lowercase part is completed. Can we use uppercase characters while defining a variable? The answer is yes. Let's say capital, capital. Okay, so as you can see, I have used the first character as capital, and let's say I am typing it as 1,000. Can we use any characters in between in an uppercase? Yes. See, is there any error thrown by this line of code? Like there is no error warning over here. At the end of the line, you can see there is no error warning in red color. Please avoid this orangish color or yellowish color warning. Can we use last character as a uppercase? The answer is yes, we can use. Can we use each and every character while defining a variable in uppercase? Yes, that also can be done. So this was the last line of code, line number 30 of this lecture. I hope you find it useful, and in the next lecture we will be covering types of datas in Python. Okay, so remember one thing, values are nothing but whatever we are writing on the right hand side of equal to, they are value, and the equal to is used to assign values to this variable. In the line number 9 code, it is interest rate. Okay, so that's it.